I know you're probably tired. I know you're probably struggling to get motivation to go into the gym. You're probably really aching. And you're probably thinking in the back of your mind that this might be a good time to take a week off from the gym. Well, I'm here to tell you that we are creatures of habit, and taking time off from the gym is not always the best answer. What you should do instead is take a deload week. So many of you that don't know what a deload week is, that's simply a week of training where you tone down the intensity, volume, and change up the different exercises to allow your body to recover while you still work out throughout the week. So for those of you that have been on the Agoge performance team for a while, have noticed I put in a deload for us in about once every 4 weeks. So for those of us that aren't typically professional athletes, your everyday average Joe or someone that works a normal job and whatnot, there's a lot of cumulative stress built in, not only from your training, but just your daily living in general. So that's why you need to take deload weeks a little bit more frequently than someone who's a professional athlete and trains hard all the time. So if you look at the way I deload it, it's a little bit different than most people. So the way I do it is, so let's take our max effort days, for example. So that's where we're trying to usually go as heavy as we can for a set amount of reps. So instead of just saying, hey, take it easy and go through the motions, I purposely program in exercises where it is hard to do a lot of weight. So for example, I like using the camber bar saying to the low box a lot of times, because the camber bar adds a lot of instability into the movement, and then sitting to a box below parallel means it's going to be extremely difficult for you to pack on a ton of weight that's going to tax your central nervous system like it would a normal max day where you're in optimal positions to lift optimal amounts of weight. And then if you look at the speed days, on our dynamic days, we do things for speed. So 8 sets of 3, 6 sets of 3, different types of a lot of sets with few reps, but we're moving it as fast as possible. So what we do is we put in a lot of volume in there, but we tone down the intensity of it. So we'll do like 4 to 5 sets of 10, but you're only working up to 60% of your max with or without accommodating resistance. So I think a lot of people tend to mess up that type of deload because they'll try to stay at 60% the entire time. So in our 4 to 5 sets, we work up to that intensity of 60%. So that way, realistically, if you take the average of all the sets, it's probably 35 to 40%. But the thing is, you got your body moving with a bunch of different volumes. So one, it's not mentally taxing, so you don't have to rev yourself up to get ready for the weight. And then number two, you're getting a lot of blood flow, and that's allowing you to help yourself recover. So I thought this would be a nice little teaching Tuesday to go into the holidays, because I know some of you are probably feeling really demotivated to go to the gym because your life's hectic and whatnot. But what you can simply do is just take a deload week, reduce the volume, reduce the intensity, and probably play around with some movements that you haven't done before, so that way you can't go heavy out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this version of Teddy's Teaching Tuesday, and I'll see you guys around.